Hello everybody, this is the final chapter of vSphere distributed switch migration and configuration, and in this video I will talk about how to migrate VM networking, and also I will speak about how to use host profile to migrate from VSS to VDS. Okay, let's begin. First of everything, we must create our desired DV port group for each of network or VLAN that we have in our network infrastructure or production environment. Okay, set a suitable name, and I leave the port binding and port allocation to static and elastic, as you see, and set a number of port as we required, and also enable advanced setting for checking policies configuration, or if we want to change it, if we require to do. Set the VLAN ID. In the next steps, you can set the security, traffic shaping, theming and failover setting, and you can see also there is 6 active uplink in this failover order, and also set the monitoring setting for network configuration, block port setting, and so on. Okay, now it's time to move VM networking to another DV port group. Set the destination port group, and in the next step choose each VM that you need to migrate its connectivity. Also, you can migrate per virtual network adapter or VNIC. In another way, you can also migrate VM networking in the wizard of add and manage hosts in step 5 of this wizard, and then assign to desired port group. As you can see, the network connection is still established during the migration operation, and there is only one request timeout. Obviously, if I want to review the methods of migration from VSS to VDS, there is 2 different methods. GUI, as I showed the way in the previous chapters of this video series, and using the host profile feature of vSphere. In the host profile way, you must select the host, migrate its networking to the distributed vSwitch, and then create a host profile from it. Then you can attach this generated host profile to other ESXi hosts. By the way, do not forget, if you want to use host profile, you should put the host on the maintenance mode, so you cannot run the migration operation when the host is online, and all of its VM must be powered off, or you should migrate them to the other hosts. Now I want to review for any situation and structure which method is the better choice. Let me imagine we have some server that have same physical networking situation, number of VMNIC ports are same, they have a same speed and even vendor, and so on. Then let me ask, how much physical hosts do we have? For example, if you have more than 5 or 6 hosts and you are in the middle of building your virtual infrastructure or recently added more ES6i hosts in your environment, it can be a good suggestion to deploy the VDS via the host profile. But if your ES6i hosts are less than this number, GUI is the safer and easier method than the host profile. However, remember, if you have running virtual machine and cannot interrupt their operation, or even you don't have similar physical uplink configuration, you should choose the graphical method or GUI. Okay, let's review the migration operation once again. Plan the desired networking on the virtual infrastructure. Create the required VDS, one for all of your data center, or maybe you need more than one based on your networking plan. Create the distributed port group. Some of them must belong to the VM kernel services such as management, FD, vMotion, and so on. And the other port groups are dedicated for the virtual machine network transmission. In this step, you need to specify all the required VLANs for the virtual networking. Then you can add your host to the VDS. First, DV uplink mapping, then assigning VM kernel ports, and at last the Linux virtual machine network interfaces connections to the appropriate port groups. If you need to continue these steps by the host profile, create and use it as I said before. And finally, after passing all of the tests, clean the vSphere standard networking objects, standard port groups, and standard vSwitches. Now, the distributed vSwitch migration is completed. I hope it can be helpful for you all. This is the last part of VDS migration, and I hope you enjoy of this video series. Thanks a lot and see you around.